kind of country is Belgium, really? When most people hear the name Belgium, they probably think of chocolate, football, waffles, beer, or maybe the Smurfs. It seems like one of those quiet little European countries that never causes trouble. Small, rich, civilized, elegant. But behind that peaceful image hides one of the darkest histories in Europe. Belgium may look harmless today, but this tiny country once helped create one of the most brutal colonial nightmares in human history. In fact, some historians believe Belgium became rich partly because it spent decades feeding on the suffering of millions of people overseas. And the strangest part? Belgium itself was never supposed to exist in the first place. This country was basically created because European powers were fighting each other and needed a buffer zone in the middle. Belgium is tiny. Its land area is only about 30,000 square kilometers, smaller than many ordinary provinces around the world.
The population is only around 10 million people. Yet despite being so small, Belgium became one of the richest countries in Europe.
The headquarters of the European Union is located in Brussels. NATO headquarters is there too. On the surface, Belgium looks like the definition of modern European success. But the story behind that success is much darker than most people realize. Belgium's history as an independent country is actually very short. It only became independent in 1830, making it younger than many people expect. Before that, this land constantly changed hands between larger powers. At different points, France controlled it. Then the Germans. Then Spain. Then Austria. Then France again under Napoleon. Whoever was strongest in Europe usually took Belgium for themselves. At first, this region was not considered very important. But after the age of exploration began in the 16th century, everything changed. Suddenly, European trade exploded. Ports became extremely valuable. And Belgium sat right in the middle of Europe near major trade routes. Whoever controlled Belgium could influence part of Europe's economic lifeline. Overnight, this forgotten region became strategically priceless. Then came Napoleon. France expanded rapidly across Europe and took Belgium once again. But after Napoleon's defeat, the great powers gathered to redesign Europe, and this created a problem. Everyone wanted Belgium. But nobody wanted another rival becoming too powerful. Britain especially feared France regaining control over the region. So the British came up with a clever solution: give Belgium to the Netherlands. The idea sounded smart at the time. A stronger Netherlands could help block France from expanding northward again. But the plan failed badly. The Dutch and Belgians had different languages, different religions, and different cultures. Tension grew quickly between them. Then in 1830, revolution exploded in France again. The Belgians watched closely and suddenly realized something. If France could rebel successfully, maybe they could too. And here is where things become interesting. Publicly, European powers claimed they wanted peace and stability. But secretly, many countries actually supported Belgian independence because none of them wanted the Netherlands becoming stronger, either. Especially Britain. The British preferred Europe divided into many balanced powers rather than dominated by one giant empire. So under complicated international pressure, Belgium successfully became independent. But independence came with conditions. Britain insisted Belgium become a constitutional monarchy instead of a republic. The British hated revolutionary republics after seeing what happened in France. Belgium agreed. But then another problem appeared. They didn't have a king. So Belgium literally started searching across Europe for someone willing to become king of this brand new country. Eventually, they chose Leopold I, a German prince deeply connected to European royal families. He had ties to Britain, France, and other powerful dynasties. With him as king, Belgium officially entered the European power system. Then something huge happened. The Industrial Revolution exploded across Europe, and Belgium got incredibly lucky. Steam engines needed coal. Factories needed steel. Railways needed iron. Belgium happened to sit on some of Europe's most important coal reserves. Combined with British industrial technology, Belgium industrialized extremely fast. Within just a few decades, this tiny country became one of Europe's leading industrial powers. Factories expanded everywhere. Railroads spread rapidly. Steel production exploded. Belgium suddenly became rich. And once countries become rich, they usually start wanting colonies. At the time, European powers were aggressively carving up the world. Britain, France, Spain, and others all became wealthy through colonial empires. Belgium looked at them and thought, Why shouldn't we do the same? This is where the story turns horrifying. In 1884, European powers gathered at the infamous Berlin Conference to divide Africa among themselves. The shocking part? Not a single African representative attended the meeting. European leaders simply sat around maps deciding who would own entire populations and territories. Most powers wanted valuable coastal regions. But deep inside Central Africa lay a giant territory many Europeans considered too dangerous and undeveloped. That territory became modern-day Congo. And unbelievably, it was handed to Belgium. Actually, not even Belgium itself. It was handed personally to King Leopold II. This man would become one of the most hated figures in colonial history. Leopold II publicly claimed he wanted to civilize Africa and help local people. In reality, he wanted money. At first, Congo did not seem especially valuable. Then the Second Industrial Revolution changed everything. Rubber suddenly became one of the most important resources on Earth. Tires, machines, cables, and industrial equipment all required rubber, and Congo was filled with wild rubber forests. Instantly, the territory became a gold mine. Leopold II became obsessed with extracting as much profit as possible. As quickly as possible, the result was absolute terror. Villages received impossible rubber quotas. If workers failed to meet targets, soldiers punished entire communities. Women and children were taken hostage. People were tortured. Entire villages were burned. And then came one of the most infamous atrocities in colonial history: the severed hands. Soldiers were ordered to prove they had used bullets efficiently by bringing back human hands as evidence. This created a horrifying system where innocent people had their hands cut off even when they had committed no crime. The entire Congo Free State descended into madness. Historians estimate that under Leopold's rule, the population of Congo may have declined by around 10 million people through murder, starvation, disease, forced labor, and violence. 10 million. And the most disturbing part? Much of Europe ignored it because Congo was generating enormous profits. Rubber money flooded into Belgium. Buildings rose. Railways expanded. Luxury architecture appeared. Some historians even believe parts of Belgium's wealth today were built directly on colonial exploitation. Eventually, international outrage grew too large to ignore. Reports from missionaries, journalists, and investigators exposed the horrors taking place in Congo. Leopold's personal control over Congo was finally removed, but the damage had already been done. Millions were dead. Entire societies were shattered, and Belgium's dark colonial legacy would haunt the country forever. What makes this story so unsettling is the contrast. Today, Belgium looks peaceful, civilized, and progressive. Tourists walk through beautiful streets eating chocolate and waffles. Brussels hosts international diplomacy. The country appears calm and harmless, but beneath that image lies a brutal history. Most people rarely discuss. Belgium is proof that even the smallest countries can leave enormous scars on human history. Sometimes the nations that look the quietest on the surface hide the darkest stories underneath. If you enjoyed this documentary and want more shocking stories about hidden history, forgotten empires, and the dark truths behind modern countries, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next incredible story.